Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a chain Signet bracelet, and this is really a true survival bracelet in the fact that you can pull it apart with one movement at the end, and I'll show you that when it's finished. To begin with, you start with around an 8-foot piece of paracord, and I usually burn off the ends with the torch so that it doesn't fray at the end. Sometimes I'll tap it a little bit on the deal to make them a little bit flat. Anyway, find the center of your paracord to start with. And if you can look down this way, I'm going to take the ends like this and make a loop. The right hand over the left hand. And that right hand one that I took over, I'm going to push it back through that loop. Pull it through the loop and then pull this right cord. In a second I'll even it up here and show you what it looks like. Okay, that's what it looks like. So as all we've done is make a loop and push this loop through here. Now what I want to really do is get a loop at the end that we can use to have as a loop to go over the knot. So I'm going to increase this knot, pull this one down until I get it the size I want. About this big. Because this is going to go over my lanyard knot at the end. Now I'm going to take this right in and push it through the loop, just like I did on the left side. And now I'm going to tighten this up. And I'll show you in a second here as I tighten it. You pull on this left cord, and you also have to get this cord pulled. So everything has to be worked a little bit here first. There, you see how it's working together? This is the loop that's going to go over your lanyard knot at the very other end of the bracelet. Now I'm ready to go ahead and start making the bracelet. And you notice that if you looked at it straight on, this loop is toward the left. So I take my left cord and push it through. And then pull down with my right cord. And see, it's into that loop again. Now I take a pair of pliers because I want it nice and tight, and I'll pull that nice and tight there. And you can adjust this loop however you want. So there's two places you tighten each time you make a knot. This cord right here and this cord right here. So let me do it a couple times for you to get the idea. Now it's pointing to the right. So I'm going to take my right side, make a little loop like that, and push it through. Holding it there, pull with my left side. And see how it's cinching it down. Okay, remember I said two places you have to tighten. Here and here. You can't tighten here because that pulls the knot out. So now we're getting our start of our chain bracelet. Put it through here from the left, going through the knot. You want to keep everything kind of flat, so if it starts getting all round on you, make it flat. Here again I pull tight the bottom part and on my right side. Put it through here, pull with the left cord, and see it kind of curved over here on top, so I want to make it flat. So all that is flat right there. Pull this up, pull this down. Now you can see the chain starting. Now it's pointing to the left, so I want to push my left loop through, pull down with my right. Get it flat, take my pliers, tighten up that lower side, pull on this right side. Okay, now let's look at one that's a little bit further done. That is the loop, and here I got my chain started. The next thing I would do, here's a quiz. Would I start my left or my right? It's pointed to the right, right? So I make a little loop and push it through on the right side. And that's how I'd continue. Pull tight and pull here. And you just keep adjusting as you go. I like mine really tight. Some people like them looser. If you have them looser, this is a little bit wider. Okay, here is one close to being finished. It's to the point where we want to tie off at the end and make our lanyard knot. Now, the way I make my bracelets, I measure the wrist and then I add 1 3/4 inches to the total length of this, from the tip of this loop to the end of the lanyard knot. So here's how you tie off the end, because what is really cool about these bracelets is if I pull right here, like I will pretty soon, I'll show you how you can do a survival situation, the whole thing would be just one long cord. So we want to tie this off. So all you have to do is take your two ends and run through this loop here. Take the other end, and you can see I have a little extra cord that I don't need, and bring it through. So I got two cords going through that loop. Now I have to keep adjusting, tightening as I do that, and pull this here, pull this here, pull this here. This cinches it off, so if you pull on these two, it would never come undone then. That is close to being finished with the bracelet. The last thing you have to do is make this knot, a lanyard knot at the end here. And of course the adjustment between here and here has to be correct, so that the total length of this from this outside point to this point here is 1 3/4 inches more than your wrist size. So here's how you make the lanyard knot. You lay your cord down and you take the left cord and you make a loop right over left like that. Then you take your right cord and you make another loop